Hello, and thank you for viewing the MGO Connect Customer Portal training video exclusively for Indian River County. This video will be a short video that will take you through the exact steps you need to go through as you begin working within the MGO Connect Customer Portal. So let's get started. Begin by going to mgoconnect.org in your web browser. You can also follow the MGO Connect link that will be available at the Indian River County website, which will take you directly to the MGO Connect customer portal landing page for Indian River County. However, if you go directly to mgoconnect.org, you'll see this particular landing screen, and then you'll select Customer Portal. You'll then select Florida as the state, and then the jurisdiction would be Indian River County. Then select Go. This will now take you to the Indian River County specific landing page, and from here you can create a new account. So at the top, select New Account, and then select Continue, and then provide the email address that you will use for your account, your MGO Connect customer portal account, as well as the desired password, your first and last name, your business name, if applicable, and a telephone number that you are able to answer that will be used to verify your new account. You must be able to answer the phone call after you click Create Account. The system will call that telephone number, and that telephone number, once verified, now serves as your key to accessing your Indian River County contractor license, as well as any existing permits that are on file where you are listed as the contractor with those particular permits. Now, once you've created your account, you can go ahead and log in by using the login link and then entering the email address used to create your account and the associated password. Then select Login. And now for Indian River County specifically, you need to do a few things that are administrative before you can begin to apply for permits online, as well as before you would be able to access other permits that are existing within the software. So to do so, the first thing you need to do is you need to find and associate your Indian River County contractor license. Even if you are a homeowner, before you can apply online for a permit, you must obtain an Indian River County contractor license first. And again, even as a homeowner, that is a necessary part of the process. You simply would go ahead and contact Indian River County so that you can go through the process to obtain that particular license. And once you have obtained that license, you now need to associate that license with your new MGO Connect customer portal account. Now, most contractors that are general contractors, electricians, mechanical plumbers that already have an existing Indian River comp card, all you need to do is go to the contractors link here at the top of the screen. And the first thing you're going to do is select Find My Registrations. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of registrations associated from other states and other cities and things of that nature, but we need to associate your Indian River County license to your list of registrations. By clicking Find My Registrations, the system will automatically identify any licenses that you have on file, really with any jurisdiction that uses the My Government Online platform. It will actually identify those. Now for the purposes of this training video, I'm going to the very last page here, and we're going to associate this license Now, it does say JJ's Design and Construction Incorporated, which is a real company. But what I've done is, just for the purposes of this illustration, is I'm using this particular contractor record. But of course, no one else would be able to associate this contractor. You will only be able to identify and associate your own personal contractor registration with your customer portal account. To continue that process, you'll go ahead and select the checkbox. As you can see here, this is your registration or license with Indian River County. So if you had licenses with other jurisdictions such as Sebastian and others, you would be able to identify which one you're actually linking to your customer portal account as shown there. And then all you need to do is click Add Selected at the bottom of the screen. And now you've completed that part. You've associated your contractor license with your account, and you effectively now have the ability to begin applying online for those permit types that give you the ability to do so based on the type of license that you possess. All right, so now I also wanted to go ahead and show you that you can also associate more than one phone number with your customer portal profile. So if you are an entity that, for example, you created your account and you use your cell phone, but you know that Indian River County has on file with contractor licensing mostly maybe another phone number like your main office phone number, you can actually go to the My Numbers option, which is available again under your profile here, and then select My Numbers, and you can actually add additional phone numbers to your account as long as you can answer that phone call, because it is a phone number that you are associated with an entity you work for, and that would be also on file with Indian River County. You would definitely want to go ahead and associate any other potential phone numbers that would help to make these connections to your permits that are in the software. Now that we've linked our contractor license, we can actually go ahead now and apply online for a permit. To apply online for a permit, you would select Apply Online for a Permit. You would select Building Division, and then you would get started on a new application. And then from here, you would select the application type that you wish to apply for, and then continue on with the application details. You would provide the address of the property, the city that the location of the job is located within, and then you would, of course, go ahead and proceed by clicking Next. This is the section now where we have to provide the contacts information. So we can provide the applicant who would basically, you're the applicant, the individual that's submitting the application. Then you can also provide the property owner information and other contacts that would be requested, which this is based on the type of application. So sometimes there are even more than just this one particular contractor. These list of contacts rather that you would have to provide. Now, to associate the contractor information, there's a search feature that will allow you to look up your contractor information. So all you need to do is when you select that option, you'll type in the business name or begin typing the business name, and the system will then begin to look for that particular contractor information. So for example, JJ's Design and Construction Incorporated, as we see here. So it's finding those particular matches. And then you would go ahead and select the appropriate contractor. You could see the license number as shown here. And then you would make that selection. And now that information is all populated into the contractor information section. Notice that there are also little bell icons next to the email address in particular. You can go ahead and make that selection when you want to be notified about certain details of the project, particularly when the inspections begin, which of course will be a bit of time following the submitting of your application and things like that. It may have to go through plan review, but certainly you would want to go ahead and select the bell icon for your preferences for receiving those notifications. And again, the most common is going to be email because it's just simply convenient when you have the ability to see those inspection reports when you have time, as opposed to selecting the notifications on your phone, because what that does is actually call your phone, and sometimes you may miss the phone call and things like that. So again, take advantage of the email notification options, because again, it's extremely convenient and very worthwhile that you can always refer back to your email, view your completed inspection reports. You can forward those reports to subs, etc., to share that information if you need to. And then next, you would go ahead and complete the questionnaire section. And this section is where it will allow you to select the type of application that you will be submitting. You'll simply fill out all of the relevant questions and details as requested. And you just continue on with that particular process as shown here. So again, it's not something that's overly complicated or complex in any way. You just simply have to provide the information that has been requested in the particular questions here. All righty. And then you'll go ahead and click next. And then finally, in this section, this is the final section of the online application. And this is where you're going to upload all of the files that should be delivered along with the application. So we have the the request to upload a copy of the application itself, the owner builder affidavit, notice of commencement, survey or site plan, and the actual signed and sealed construction plans would be uploaded in the application at this point. And on these, you can drag and drop to here. You can click in here to then find that particular file, make that selection and click open, and that file will upload as shown here. And you would just do those for all of the applicable file types. And then you'll click next, and that's it. And then finally, you'll submit the application. The way the system works is you're not required to make a payment at this moment unless it's going to be one of the quick issue type permit applications. But for the most part, the mass majority of them, you submit the application, it's going to go through a sufficiency review, not a full plan review, just a quick completeness review, if you will. And then the system will notify you via email once that has occurred, and it will request that you complete the payment online of the application fee. And the details will be completely provided within the email that you receive each time an application is processed. And you'll become more accustomed to that entire process and how that works and functions. Okay, and then finally, just for this quick short video, we also want to show you how you can search for a permit, especially all of the existing permits from the old system that we're migrating from. Many of those permits you will need to associate with your account, or you will want to associate with your account so that you can further manage them. There's a couple of ways we can do that. The first way I want to show you is again, I haven't tested to see if this is going to function for this particular contractor that I've associated with the account, but let's try it out. So you would go to the contractors section or contractors menu, and then you would find that particular registration that you've associated with your account. So in this case, JJ's Design and Construction. And from here, you would click View Details. And in here, there's a permits link option that you can click on. And as you can see here, this one has found 3 permits automatically. And you could associate all of these, or I'm just going to associate this one with my account, which is in the issued status. And we're going to use that just to kind of illustrate a few additional details. But this is one way that makes looking up a permit Very simple because it's going to look for permits automatically that have your phone number, your verified phone number listed, and that could allow you to in bulk associate those permits to your projects list, which is what I'm going to show you now. Once you've associated a permit to your projects list, how you can then view those associated permits. So we're going to add that one to our account. Okay, are you sure you want to add the selected project to your account? We're going to say yes. So that is now added. So where does that go now? There's a projects menu at the top of the screen. If you go to the projects menu, that permit is now listed, as you can see here, within my projects list. And you'll want to do this for all of your current projects that have been migrated over from the current software so that you can continue to manage those. Now we're going to come back to this permit in a moment because I want to show you one other method that you can use to associate a permit with your account as well. You can also just search for a permit by using the search permits menu option as shown here. And when you go under the search page to search for a permit, you're going to click on this permits tab here. And then now, if you know the project number or the permit number, you would type in that particular permit number as shown here, and then select search at the bottom of the screen. Now you can also search by street number and street name, of course, and that would also be an alternative way to look up a permit. But either option would work perfectly well for you. And then go ahead and select search. And now, as you can see, we found that particular permit. And this is another way you can now link this project to your account. You would use the buttons to the far right over here, the three dots, menu option. And I'm not seeing that option because I've already associated this one, but you would see an option over here that would say associate to my account. And you would just go ahead and select that. And now that permit would become associated with your projects list. And now again, to view that, you would just go back to the projects menu at the top here. And of course, that permit would now be a part of your list of projects that you're managing and maintaining. All right, now let's go ahead and move on and talk about a few other things that we can accomplish. Now that the project is associated with our account, we can actually open that particular permit, and then we can complete a number of tasks. Of course, you can view, for example, contacts associated with the project. You can view the task list. A lot of the imported permits from the old system won't have a task list, but no worries. Most of those will be already issued and basically at the inspection stage. To request an inspection, you would click New Request here. And then from here, this would now allow you to select the inspection type that you wish to schedule. And you would find that particular inspection type, depending on the one you're looking to schedule again. And once you find that particular inspection, you would make that selection, select the address, select the requested date of the inspection. So for example, if I selected July 10th, and then you would put in any notes that you may have for the inspector to be aware of, and you would select Add Selected Type, and then submit that request to the jurisdiction. Okay, so that's how that process would work. Once you would click Submit Request to Jurisdiction, that would then place that request on the list, and then of course it would be assigned out on the morning of the desired date to have that inspection performed. And then from there, the jurisdiction would of course arrive on site to perform that inspection. So definitely wanted to go ahead and show that particular detail. If you wanted to go back to your projects list, you could do so. Again, as long as you have that project associated with your account, you can click Open. You can then pay fees online if there are any fees that are available to be paid. That would be under this payments tab. At the bottom, you would see the fees are due, which of course this one does not have fees due, but you would certainly see that so that you could then process that particular payment. Documents, this documents tab is where it would allow you to view any documents the jurisdiction has provided, plan review files and forms, plan review letters, customer documents. You can add a new file. And now at the moment, it's blocking this file from being uploaded, but this is the link you would use to accomplish that. There are certain reasons why you're not allowed to upload files and things like that. But again, as long as you're in the appropriate status that allows for that activity, you would be able to do so. And the final subject I wanted to cover is in regards to responding to plan review comments. Now, this isn't for the purposes of uploading things like notice of commencement, surveys, and those other types of documents that come or that need to be submitted for your project during the project progress. This is specifically relating to projects where it has not been issued and it's still in the process of going through plan review, but you received the comments letter and now you need to respond to those comments. To properly accomplish that, you actually want to use the apply online for a permit link, and then you'll select building division. But instead of getting started on a new application, you're going to use the option that says submission to an existing project. And then from here, you have an quote application type called response to plan review comments. This is what you want to use when responding to the plan review comments. And there's reasons behind this. But again, like I said, you've received the comment letter, you're ready, you need to respond to those comments. This would be the process to do so. You make that selection. You then need to find that particular existing permit in the system by searching for that project number, which you'll have because you will have received a comments letter that clearly indicates the permit number, and then you'll type that permit number in here, and then you'll search for that particular permit, and you'll see that the search results are down here in this particular area. And then from here, there would be an option. This permit has been issued, so we don't have the option to continue with this particular permit to submit plan review comments, but you would see the button here that allows you to continue, and then you would just simply upload those responses. And it's only like maybe one question, I want to say maybe two at the most, that you're required to answer. You'll upload those documents and submit that application. The city will receive it, or the county rather will receive that, and then of course they will process it and then get back to you once it goes through plan review again, hopefully to have your permit issued. But of course there may be further need for to address other comments and things of that nature. So again, these are the subjects that we wanted to cover today. With this video, you absolutely will be able to navigate the software very well. But if you have questions, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, My Government Online has a support telephone number that you can call anytime you need additional assistance, or if you're encountering any sort of issue or problem with the customer portal. Simply call area code 985-851-0760, and our staff is standing by to assist you and help you along the way as you navigate the customer portal. Again, most of this is very straightforward, but we do understand that you will potentially run into some issues here and there, particularly because we're working with projects that are migrated from an older system. So there's just always going to be inaccuracies in how that data was tracked previously, and other issues that come along with migrations of data. But together, we're going to work through this to make sure that we ultimately arrive at a pleasurable experience and one that is very efficient for you. So with that being said, thanks again on behalf of My Government Online. We really appreciate you partnering with us and using the customer portal with mgoconnect.org. And we hope you have a great day. Thank you.